Sometimes it takes for us to hit rock bottom to realize what we actually want out of life. When we're young, we have an ideal of what we want to do in this world, what our reality could be. We know what we like and what we dislike, yet so few of us actually manage to create a life that matches that ideal. Life takes over. Momentum starts rolling. Before you know it, you have responsibilities, bills and problems knocking at your door, and you end up in a reality that was the polar opposite of what you intended to create. There's usually one common reason for this happening. That reason is usually because you gave into fear more than you gave into love. While that's important, what's more important is figuring out how to get out of the crappy situation you're in and into a reality you actually want to be a part of. Here's the thing. Life is very malleable. You have a lot more power to influence your surroundings than you realize. You're a human being. You are one of the most evolved life forms in our known existence. There is no reason for you to be a victim. If you feel like a victim, you're only a victim to your own mind. You just don't know how to harness its power yet. But I'll teach you exactly how to do that. I know this because I've experienced it personally. There was a time in my life where nothing seemed to be going well, even though I intended it to. I've had moments in my life where I gained everything, just to lose it all again. I built up what I thought was my dream reality, just to watch it all crumble before me. I was giving into fear. That led me to fall into addictive behaviors and stressful thinking patterns, which then led my health to deteriorate. Once my health started deteriorating, my business started falling apart. My relationships fell to the wayside. Before I knew it, everything I loved just slipped through the cracks and left me broken, criminally underweight and completely alone. It was hell. I thought, how is this happening to me? I thought I had it all figured out. Maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Maybe life just sucks and I'm doomed to live in misery forever. But notice what I'm doing there? What state was I in? One word: fear. I was so in fear of what could go wrong in life that that's where my focus was. And because I was placing my attention on what could go wrong, that's where my energy flowed. Before I knew it, everything I thought could go wrong actually went wrong. In hindsight, how could it not? That's all I was focusing on. The problem is, when we're in that negative, fearful state of mind, everything positive seems impossible. And if you aren't aware of this universal principle, it's extremely easy to get stuck in. However, all it takes is one simple flick of the switch to turn everything around. First 30 days. Here's your first step. It's time to clean up your act. The universe works in mysterious yet oddly perfect ways. You can't trick the man above. When you do the right things in life, the right things start happening. When you're doing wrong in life, the universe makes it a point to reflect that in your circumstances and situations. The fact is, it doesn't matter how badly you try to change your life. If you're still doing the things that go against universal law, nothing will ever change. In fact, they'll continue to get worse. Here's the thing. These pitfalls are different for every single person. Depending on your personality, you'll find different ways to self-sabotage. Only you know what these things in specific are. And you can figure it out by your feelings. Deep down, you know the things that are holding you back. You know the guilty pleasures or habits that you engage in that go against your gut feeling, yet you do them anyways. They may bring you comfort, or they may be an escape to actually dealing with the things you need to deal with. It could be playing video games, isolating yourself, smoking weed, watching inappropriate videos, overeating or avoiding exercise, acting out on your temptations. Like I said, it's different for everyone. But I know whenever I participated in these activities, it was a means to escape. I knew in the moment, when I would light up that joint, or load up that video game when I knew I had an idea I wanted to act on, that it wasn't the right thing to do. Yet I did them anyway, because I was scared to actually do the things I knew I should do in order to achieve my goals. The first step is to identify these things and stop doing them. You don't have to be perfect by any means. There is no perfect human. However, once you stop living in fear and instead live from a place of love, you start doing the things that bring you closer to a full, happy life. Instead of being caught in the cycle of shame, you need to get into a positive feedback loop. Here's how you do that. First 60 days. Figure out what you actually want. You'll notice that once you drop the habits that are weighing you down, you suddenly have way more energy, time, and space to think about what it is you actually want to do. What people don't realize about self-sabotage, even an innocent habit indulged in every day will zap a large percentage of your energy. You quite literally don't have the space to start creating what you want to create. That's why it's so easy to get stuck in that negative pattern. You think, oh, what's doing this one time going to do? Everyone else does it? It's not a problem. But what you don't see is the negative building up shame, lack of self-belief, and not following through onto your word. This slowly deteriorates any ability you have to build confidence or any meaningful momentum. But once that weight is finally lifted, a new void opens up. If you fill it with the right things, good things will happen. It's law. What would you do if anything was possible? If you couldn't fail? If you had it your way? That's a great place to start. Once you have a basic idea of an area you want to go into, start listing out your skills. You can't be completely delusional when doing this. You won't be an NBA player at 5'8". However, you can being an NBA reporter, analyst, trainer, blogger, so on and so forth. So what are your skills? What are you good at? Where do you have experience already? What do you think you can help people with? The perfect solution comes at the crossroads of these things. There is a Japanese term called ikigai. It means your life's work should be in the middle of these four things. What are you good at? What do you have experience in? What can you help people with? What is in demand? The answer will be unique to you. We all have different personalities, skills, and passions. Think over these questions and let your feelings guide you. When something is right for you, it'll feel right. Things will flow. You'll be attracted to it. Not everyone is attracted to the same things, so if you're attracted to it, it's meant for you. First 100 days. With your newfound energy and mental clarity from dropping your bad habits, as well as finding an intersection where your skills meet market demand, it's time to take the next and final step to changing your life. Go to the link in the description and sign up. You'll get an email soon with instructions on how to get access to the foolproof guide to reality creation. I used this exact step-by-step process to create a life where I'm making 6 figures plus per year from my laptop. I can do what I want, when I want, and I'm making a positive impact in people's lives. And you can do it too. I can only go so in-depth on these videos, so don't miss out on this opportunity. Next, take the first step. This grand new life plan may seem overwhelming at first, but if you just move one square at a time, before you'll know it, you'll already be a different person. Now, what's the first step to take to change your life? Is it starting that new business, or looking for a new job, or even getting in shape? Now break that down into bite-sized chunks. What is the product or service you'll be selling? What does that look like if you were to sell it to someone today? What do you have to do today that will set you forward on your perfect health? Write it down and execute. I don't care how grand your goal is. No matter where you are right now, there is something you can do today that will inch you closer to the goal. All you have to do is do that thing every day. It's easy. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the world, and it all gets started by taking one single action with conviction. This is the exact process I've used myself to go from extremely unhealthy, alone, and $3,000 in debt, to making over 6 figures a year from my laptop, working anywhere I want to in the world while being in my 20s. Now, this YouTube video only goes over the basics. However, if you truly are ready to change your life and are ready to commit to it, look at the video description. In future videos, we'll discuss the practical systems to turn your skills into a business that serves you and the people around you. We'll uncover the exact business vehicles you can take. My goal is to help 10,000 people achieve freedom in their lives. Each video will show you more on how to do that. But first, you need to take the first step. Trust me, if I can live my dream life, anyone can. Go do that right now. Your future self is depending on it.